my toxic coworkers tried to get me fired, so I'm working as an administrative assistant at this mid-sized tech company in Seattle. It's one of those open-plan offices where you can literally hear someone sneeze from across the room. Anyway, I've been here about 3 years, and honestly, I've loved it until about 6 months ago when this new clique formed. You know the type. They think they're running the place just because they grab drinks with the manager every Friday night at some overpriced rooftop bar downtown. It started small. A missing file here or a forgotten email there. Things I was sure I'd done but couldn't prove because, well, who thinks to document every time they hit send on an email? I figured I was just getting forgetful, and honestly, I was stressing myself out trying to figure out what was going on. Then one day, while grabbing my venti caramel macchiato at the Starbucks across the street, I overheard Becky and her squad whispering about how she totally screwed up that report for the big client. Guess who was the she in that conversation? Yep, me. They didn't notice I was literally 2 tables away because Becky was too busy bragging about the bonus she'd get once I was out of the picture. Turns out, these guys had been sabotaging my work to make me look bad. They even had a group chat dedicated to planning my accidental mistakes. It was all some ridiculous scheme to position Becky for a promotion I didn't even know I was in the running for. Anyway, after I found out, I started documenting everything. Every email, every task I completed, even the cups of coffee I made. I kept copies of every report both digitally and physically tucked away in a drawer for safekeeping. It was exhausting and super paranoid, but necessary. Then the big client presentation happened. Becky handed me a version of the report that had so many errors, except it wasn't. She smirked and said, "Hope you saved a copy, because this one's going to the boss." I remember feeling like my stomach dropped out of my body, but I was prepared. When our boss called me in, I just calmly handed over my perfectly intact original report and showed the email trail leading to Becky's version. The look on Becky's face when she realized what I'd done was absolutely priceless. It was like watching someone lose a game of Jenga they were sure they'd win. HR got involved immediately. Turns out Becky and her pals had been pulling this stunt on others before me. There was this one poor guy from marketing who quit because of their antics, and he was fully cleared of any wrongdoings. HR found the group chat and it was like revenge on a silver platter. The conversations in there were so damning that even Becky's Friday happy hour manager had to drop her like a hot potato. Needless to say, Becky and her crew were shown the door. HR did a massive policy revamp after that, including a more thorough review process for promotions and a whistleblower policy, which they conveniently lacked before. I guess there's some corporate karma after all. I'm still sticking around, but I found a new favorite cafe to grab my coffee from. A quaint little local shop where I'm unlikely to overhear coworkers discussing their next office victim. The office feels a lot lighter these days, and honestly, I've never been more relieved to go to work in my life. Who knew taking on the office mean girls could feel this satisfying? Now, I just hope Becky's learned a lesson in ethics wherever she lands next.